At the end of next month, on the 24th, August Bank Holiday weekend, Eliza is headlining the Folk East Festival, and we are joined on the phone now by the organiser of the Folk East Festival, John Marshall Potter. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Steve.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good, good. Very well indeed, thank you very much. And how is the weather up there in the north of the county?
Lovely. Absolutely lovely at the moment.
Right. And hopefully it will be for the August Bank Holiday weekend when Folk East takes place.
Yes, touch wood.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it. It's the second year for Folk East, isn't it? But it's at a new home.
Pardon? Yes, it's new home. It's which I won't go into great detail, but there was a kind of a change of heart at Summer Leighton. It's where we did it last year in terms of they wanted to concentrate more on the farming aspect of the estate.
Right.
And just felt that building up a long-term relationship with the festival could interfere with those sort of plans. So, we sort of just decided, okay, fair dues. Glenham came to the rescue, which I'm really pleased about, which I actually think is an extremely good site for it anyway.
It looks almost perfect for it, I have to say. Good access.
It is perfect. In fact, several of the contractors who've been up to see the site have said it's almost laid out, ready for a festival. Sort of couldn't be better. And I have to say, the Cobbold family, and all of the staff of that estate are absolutely a joy to work with. Really are.
I mean, if people don't know, that's just north of Woodbridge on the A12. There, it's the lovely sort of open parkland you see on your right as you're travelling north, isn't it?
It is. At the moment, if you travel north past it, well, south as well, actually, you might see a very large spotty yellow oak tree in the middle of it.
Right. The dead tree that's there, isn't
it? Yes, the dead tree. We a couple of weekends ago. Yes, we completely wrapped the entire tree from head to foot in material and spots, and just as a bit of a totem, really, just to sort of signify the event is coming.
Right, and let people know.
Yes. Good.
So tell us a bit about Folk East. You've got a great lineup. It's got to be said.
I'm extremely pleased. It's quite eclectic. It's in a broad sense representative of folk music from all kind of genres, really.
Yep. We played a bit of Eliza Carthy, but you've got Steel Eye Span and...
We've got Steel Eye Span, which obviously is the original folk rockers. In fact, probably the act that first really alerted me to the folk scene in the 70s.
Right.
And from them, I went on to discover people like Martin Carthy and Dave Swarbrick and so on.
Yep.
So I've always been a kind of fan of the music, but as I said, it's such a broad spectrum of music. There's so much there that it's not... It's quite often mistaken as one kind of style of music. I think people who don't understand it have an image of what it is.
Is that, yes, the finger in the ear kind of...
Absolutely.
Hey, nonny, no stuff. And there is
that kind of perception. And to be fair, if you look back through archive material, there is a lot of that sort of ballad type singing, and people did used to put the finger in the ear, I think, so they could concentrate. But folk singing, folk song is just storytelling. It's just comment on the days, comment on life, what's happening, and it still goes on. In my book, I suppose, even rap music is folk music in a way. It's urban folk music, isn't it? It tells
I suppose it is. I hadn't thought of it like that, but you may well be right there, John.
So I think it's there is definitely something for everybody in our lineup this year.
Great. It is pretty good. I mean, you've got Corinne Polwart, who's been a BBC Folk Award winner a couple of times in the past, I believe. Sam Carter.
Again, another award winner.
Yes, and was on Jules Holland recently, I think, if people may have seen him, with a fantastic rendition of something I can't quite remember the name of, but he really stood out on that episode.
John Bowden of Bellahead recently described him as probably the finest English guitar-picking musician of our era.
Yeah, he's going to be a real treat, I think.
He is, yes.
I think a lot of people are going to come away from that saying, wow, who was that?
Yeah.
I think he might be one of the stars of the weekend. I wouldn't be at all surprised. But you've got 3 stages, is that right?
Yes, there are 3. There's the sort of the larger stage, obviously to accommodate the larger acts.
Yep.
We've got the kind of club stage, which is called the Broad Roots Tent, which is a carry-on from a theme from a local folk artist, John Ward.
That's John Lynn Ward, isn't it?
That's it, yes. John Lynn Ward, and they also play with Mario Price.
Yes.
They're a very good violin player.
Yep.
And what they're doing is they're hosting more of a selection of the more local folk scene, and also the several folk clubs are running it for periods as well. I think the Milkmaids Folk Club.
That's right, and Hadley and
Norwich.
And Norwich, aren't they? Yes, they're doing a few hours each, aren't they?
That's right, yes, coming and just taking the venue over and bringing their regulars down with them.
That's an idea rather like Cambridge Folk Festival club tent then, in a
I
way.
I think it is. It's basically, I've known John for years, and he's always wanted to get something like this off the ground, and probably not felt, maybe did not really quite how to go about it. And we talked right at the beginning of this, and it made obvious sense that he kind of championed that side of it.
Right. I have to say, I mean, I've been to Cambridge dozens of times, and the club tent is one of its little gems there, because you get things happening there that don't happen on bigger stages, and if something like that happens on the Broad Route stage, that would be absolutely delightful.
It would. I mean, I've often thought this in when you put music events together. If you want to bring something to people's attention, the way to do it sometimes is to put on something that they will come and see, and then put on something that they've never heard of before, and see how they react to it. And I did that. I've ran an event up in North Suffolk called Gig in the Park for the last 13 years.
Up at Halesworth.
In Halesworth, and we've got the Dole Foundation on Saturday night here at Folk East this year, but I put them on a few years ago at Gig in the Park.
Right.
Now, nobody'd heard of them in Halesworth, and I stuck them on just before the headline act, which, if I remember rightly, was The Beat.
Yep.
And so I got a massive crowd of people, and I put this act on before, and they honestly, the reaction was astounding.
Was it really?
People were going, wow. But they'd never have gone to see them if they'd been advertised somewhere.
No, they'd never have turned out just for them.
And for me, that's the joy of doing this. You can get things in front of people they wouldn't normally think to see, and sometimes people are just so pleased they have come across these things.
Absolutely, that is one of the joys, and certainly, I mean, I know from my own experience with Cambridge, you might go thinking, I'm looking forward to seeing whether it was Christy Moore or whether it was Richard Thompson or whoever, but Monday morning it was always, and I mean absolutely always, somebody else who I was thinking, wow, that was fantastic.
Absolutely.
Someone I'd never heard of before.
And then you go off, you research some more, you buy some music, and that person becomes more prominent.
Yes, indeed, and you spread the word about them, and you get the enjoyment of all that. So it's a big undertaking, this, John. You've got workshops, there's a fringe to this festival. There's a fringe, which so far is mainly the Blackshaw Ship, which is a lovely pub.
Which is a pub that's got an unbroken history of folk song and dance. We found some archive footage shot by the BBC in 1955 in the Blackshaw Ship with the locals singing, and I'm not joking, you can go in there on a weekend night and it hasn't changed.
Well, I was in there, it probably is a couple of years ago now, thinking about it, the last time I was there, and I've never seen as many dulcimers in one place in my life. I think there was 10 guys playing dulcimers in there. I was absolutely astounded. I didn't know there was that many left in the county.
I completely agree. I just think it's amazing, and I always find you'll see these sort of chaps drinking at a bar in a village pub like this, and you assume you just think, I wouldn't want to pick a fight with him. No. And then suddenly he'll wander over, he'll get called and wander over into the middle of the floor and stand there and sing a beautiful unaccompanied ballad that brings tears to the eyes, and you go, whoa.
Yes.
So it's so the ship is the main. Well, we've got several things happening. We're trying to encourage people who come and stay for the weekend to also get off the site for a while and explore the area a bit. So we've teamed up with Cycle Suffolk and the London Cycling Campaign, and we're going to have a lot of bikes on site available to borrow. We're also encouraging people to bring bikes, and so the fringe idea is we're going to do the London Cycling Campaign are developing some cycle routes for us, some small maps that we can give to people.
Right.
And one will be a pub route, a local pub route, which will include the Ship, the Great Glenham Crown that's just reopened, the Sweffling White Horse, and a few others that we're trying to recruit at the moment. And they're all real ale pubs, which also goes along with the folk scene.
Good.
And so that would be one. We've got 3 or 4 of the churches banding together that are going to have art exhibitions on, and we're going to have a cycle route for those, but also the local local vicar of St Andrew Little Glenham has got together with his parish and developed the footpath route. So again, people can walk off the site and go around several of these churches. So it's in early days of developing an idea. People come up for 3 or 4 days here, but also take some time out and explore the area.
That is a lovely, lovely idea.
Well, we think so, because it's a great area, and it always seems to me a shame that people travel to a different part of the country to do something like come to the festival, but then go away again, and they have no idea what else is out there.
No, it's just an A to B thing, and
so it's an active attempt to encourage people to come and explore this part of the world, really.
Well, that's lovely as well, and that must be the community presumably have met that with open arms, have they? And
the community at the moment around there seems to be really, really, positive and up for this. It's a family. It's like the atmosphere from the house and the staff at the hall. It seems to spread around the community, and I don't know whether that's a relationship with the estate over the years, but it's just really.
It feels right.
It does feel very right. Yes.
Well, I have to say, when I come up to the press launch, which is back in, was it April now?
I think it was now. Yeah.
Yes, it did have. There was a feeling of something that was right about this. I mean, you go to some of these events and they're all very nice, but and that one, I have to say, did feel as though there was something intangible there that you couldn't quite put your finger on. I thought, this feels very, very right, as though the approach is absolutely spot on here.
Well, we're trying to develop it so it's in conjunction with the community. So an awful lot of the areas on the site are being developed by other people, nothing to do with us. I mean, we've got lots of craft demonstrators and craft demonstrations. Sorry, but I'm trying to sort of pull on the local element of craft, creativity, the artists, what people do for a living, which never ceases to astound me in this part of the world. No. We've just taken on some archers. Now, when I say archers, it's not like reenactment or men in tights or anything. It's 2 guys, local guys, who are traditional longbow experts.
Oh, really?
But as a living, they work in the feature film industry. So at the moment, they're working on things like Game of Thrones. They're working on the new Hercules in Hungary. And what they do, they go out, they're consultants to get the historical accuracy, but they also train all the actors.
Right.
So I was talking to this chap the other day, Steve Ralphs, who was telling me how he was training Russell Crowe for Robin Hood, how to shoot the longbow.
Yeah.
They've got completely carried away. They're going to bring loads and loads of things with them. People are going to have an opportunity to learn to shoot the longbows.
Oh,
they're going to watch them being made.
Oh, fantastic.
In fact, at one point they said, right, we're going to set up a range down the old avenue of trees at the front of the hall, and they've now decided they're going to bring all the old banners from the Braveheart battle scene to dress it with, and
wow, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and it's just the enthusiasm, and that enthusiasm spreads, and the idea is, and they love talking about what they do, and I find the more of these people I meet who come and get involved in this, the more fascinated I am by their lives and what they do, and I just think if we can pass it on to the people at the festival, they go away sort of
buzzing about it. I would think that's quite likely. So if people are enthused or interested, where do they get information about the festival?
The website's the obvious first point of call, which is www.folkeast.co.uk.
Yep.
And on there's also the Twitter and the Facebook.
And those are both Folk East, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all Folk East, and everything's manned and active. So if you can have conversations on both Twitter and Facebook, but don't disappear and then come back 5 days later.
No.
So that is the best, the best way. Obviously, the kind of advertising and the radio is quite prevalent now.
Right, and ticket prices? What are people paying
ticket
for
prices,
a weekend?
The full adult weekend is 104, and that's for the whole 3 days.
Oh, okay. That's pretty reasonable.
I think compared to some of it, I mean, it's kind of in line, but a bit below the other major folk festivals. It's quite a lot cheaper than some of the bigger, what I call commercial music festivals.
It's a lot cheaper than a lot of them. You're paying upwards of £200 now for tickets.
Absolutely. And I think if you look at the lineup, if you look at what you'd pay to go and see any one of those acts at an event, at a gig, then I think it's quite good value for money.
Well, certainly. I mean, even recently, the Thetford Forest gigs, you're paying sort of £35-40 for a ticket.
That's it. And our day tickets are around the 35-40 as well. So you can come for a day and see quite a lineup, and have a fairly full-on day with other things around to go and do. As I said, there's lots of workshops to take part in. Johnny Cowsey from the Dole Foundation on the Sunday will be running Dole workshops.
Will he? And Dole is a drum, we should explain.
It's the drum. It's the Indian drum.
Yes.
Those who are slightly unaware
sticks?
of ukulele might remember them from the Olympics closing ceremony. They were very big on that. But,
that was them?
That was them.
Right, okay.
Johnny, incidentally, is the person responsible for getting that drum on the national curriculum as an instrument to be taught in schools.
Is he?
A very active man.
Right.
And he will be running workshops on the Sunday.
Okay. There's camping, I presume?
Camping and showers.
Right, well, lovely.
On-site shop, all the stuff you'd expect.
Right.
Plus,
but don't always get, John. You might expect it, but you don't always get it.
Well, I mean, the whole object of this is that people go away with a smile on thetheir face and think, I really enjoyed that, and
come back next year.
The value for money is important.
Yes.
The idea is that all the real ale, the bar, the stalls, nobody's ripping anybody off. The quality of the food is all good. It's, the bar, we've got, I think last count there was 60 real ales, and they're all Norfolk or Suffolk microbreweries.
Oh, fantastic!
There's nothing from further afield than that.
Right, and you have a special ale.
And well done, good reminding me.
Brewed for the festival.
We've brewed. We've got a local brewer, Bartram's Brewery from Rougham, has brewed
an award-winning brewery, I think, aren't they? Bartram's.
Oh yes, he has won several awards.
Yeah,
Mark Bartram. And it's the first beer that bears the Cobbold name since 1957. So it's called Cobbold Folk East Festival Ale.
Right.
We launched it at the Blackstall Ship, funnily enough, about 2 weeks ago, which Philip Hope Cobbold was there, and so was Nigel Smith from
Big Nige,
Yeah.
He's been on this show a couple of times, as Nige.
Big selection of the locals who came in and played lots of music, and the barrel didn't last a day, so but it is now available in the Ship, and I think they're just about to tap it in the Sweatling White Horse as well, so it's available in 2 of the local pubs, certainly on the lead up to the event.
Oh, okay.
And it's a good session beer. It's only a 3.8%.
Right, so you took next question out of my mouth. And
that's it. So that's
all right then. It's not going to lay you flat in your back.
No.
Not too early in the day, anyway.
It's something you can enjoy, hopefully, throughout the day.
That's always good. Particularly as I find as I get older, I increasingly need that.
Yes.
John, that's fantastic. I haven't even asked you about your involvement with the Albion Fayres. You were involved with Albion, were you?
Well, many years ago, yes. Yeah. That's probably what first gave me my kind of desire to produce events, really.
Right.
I discovered Barsham Fair literally by stumbling across it one day and going to it. And then the last couple of years of the Barsham Fair, I ran a kind of art-based stall there just because it was nice to be involved in the site and live on the site.
Yeah.
And then when it all disbanded, the Albion thing started to rise out of it, and I got interested, and I went and started going to meetings and getting involved, and I ended up running 3 of the Albion fairs under the East Anglian Arts Trust Green Fair banner.
Right.
Because the thing with the Albion, they were all run by different groups under the flag of Albion. So we ran 3 over a 3-year period, which I kind of managed.
Okay.
And it's kind of that creativity from that period has never really left this area. I think most events since then in Suffolk have always used a mix of spoken word and theatre and music and sculpture and art and interesting food and real beer. And it's a format that certainly has been going in this part of the world since I was in my late teens.
That's true.
It's something I continue to pull on as inspiration, really, as a model for making something a full-rounded experience.
Yeah. Well, I remember the Albion Fairs with a great deal of affection as a 16-year-old riding my moped to the Moon Fair at Burgolt.
Yes.
And my first experience there of sort of barefooted hippie women with their faces painted, and I thought, I like this.
I think that's the first time I saw Lol Coxall.
Right.
was at that fair. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
And,
my memories are vague.
and Bob Kerr and his Whoopee Band, who Bob Kerr obviously used to be part of Bonzo Dog.
Oh, right, okay. I remember Poison Girls and a band who, I don't think it was that year, it might have been the next year, who called the Arizona Smoke Review.
Oh, Arizona Smoke Review, yeah.
Who were fantastic.
They were. We actually ended up putting them on several other occasions.
Yes,
actually.
I saw them more than once.
King's Head in Bungay once.
Really? Because I remember turning up...
I've still got a couple of albums of theirs kicking about.
Have you really?
Vinyls, yeah.
I remember turning up at another fair and one of my Fayres friends come running back saying, the Arizona Smoke Review are on, and we were delighted by that, yeah.
Oh, they were fantastic.
John, I could talk to you for ages about Albion, and in fact, I should perhaps have you back on the show some stage, and as a bit of a social historical spot, because it is something that not a lot. Well, those who were there, I think, have a lot of fond memories, but not everybody knows about it.
No, they don't. If it quickly occurred to me, one other person we just signed up for this is Charlie Haylock.
Oh, right, the Suffolk wordsmith.
Yes, he's now going to be there Saturday and Sunday, and he's going to give a talk on how the Suffolk dialect is responsible for spreading the English language around the globe.
Excellent.
And he's fascinating to talk to as well.
I'll come along and listen to that, I think.
So, yeah.
So, John, folkeast.co.uk is where people need to go for more information, and it's the August Bank Holiday weekend, 23rd, 24th, 25th of August.
It is.
It is. Just £104 is going to get your weekend ticket there, folks, or 35 or 40 quid.
If you want to dip in for a day, then come for a day.
You can do that quite well, and you'll be made very, very welcome indeed, I've no doubt.
Certainly will.
John, thank you very much for your time this morning. We do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the August Bank Holiday.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers now.
All right.
Bye-bye. At the end of next month, on the 24th, August Bank Holiday weekend, Eliza is headlining the Folk East Festival, and we are joined on the phone now by the organiser of the Folk East Festival, John Marshall Potter. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Steve.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Very well indeed, thank you very much. And how is the weather up there in the north of the county?
Lovely. Absolutely lovely at the moment.
Right. And hopefully it will be for the August Bank Holiday weekend when Folk East takes place.
Yes, touch wood.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it. It's second year for Folk East, isn't it? But it's at a new home.
Pardon? Yes, it's new home. It's which I won't go into great detail, but there was a kind of a change of heart at Summer Leighton. It's where we did it last year in terms of they wanted to concentrate more on the farming aspect of the estate.
Right. And
just felt that building up a long-term relationship with the festival could interfere with those sort of plans. So we sort of just decided, okay, fair dues. Glenham came to the rescue, which I'm really pleased about, which I actually think is an extremely good site for it anyway.
It looks almost perfect for it, I have to say. Good access. It
is perfect. In fact, it's the fact that several of the contractors who've been up to see the site have said it's almost laid out, ready for a festival. Sort of couldn't be better. And I have to say, the Cobbold family, and all of the staff at that estate are absolutely a joy to work with. Really are.
I mean, if people don't know, that's just north of Woodbridge on the A12. There, it's the lovely sort of open parkland you see on your right as you're travelling north, isn't it?
It is. At the moment, if you travel north past it, well, south as well, actually, you might see a very large spotty yellow oak tree in the middle of it.
Right. The dead tree that's there, is
Yes, the dead tree, we spent a couple of weekends ago, we completely wrapped the entire tree from head to foot in material and spots, and just as a bit of a totem, really, just to sort of signify the event is coming.
Right, and let people know.
Yes.
Good. So tell us a bit about Folk East. You've got a great lineup, it's got to be said.
I'm extremely pleased. It's quite eclectic. It's in a broad sense representative of folk music from all kind of genres, really.
Yep. We played a bit of Eliza Carthy, but you've got Steel Eye Span and...
We've got Steel Eye Span, which obviously is the original folk rockers. In fact, probably the act that first really alerted me to the folk scene in the 70s.
Right.
And from them, I went on to discover people like Martin Carthy and Dave Swarbrick and so on.
Yep.
So I've always been a kind of fan of the music, but as I said, it's such a broad spectrum of music. There's so much there that it's quite often mistaken as one kind of style of music. I think people who don't understand it, have an image of what it is.
Is that, yes, the finger in the ear kind of...
Absolutely.
Hey, nonny, no stuff. And there is
that kind of perception. And to be fair, if you look back through archive material, there is a lot of that sort of ballad type singing, and people did used to put their finger in the ear, I think, so they could concentrate. But no, folk singing, folk song is just storytelling. It's just comment on the days, comment on life, what's happening, and it still goes on. In my book, I suppose, even rap music is folk music in a way. It's urban folk music, isn't it? It tells
I suppose it is. I hadn't thought of it like that, but you may well be right there, John.
So I think it's there is definitely something for everybody in our lineup this year.
Great. It is pretty good. I mean, you've got Corinne Polwart, who's been a BBC Folk Award winner a couple of times in the past, I believe. Sam Carter.
Again, another award winner.
Yes, and was on Jules Holland recently, I think, if people may have seen him, with a fantastic rendition of something I can't quite remember the name of, but he really stood out on that episode.
John Bowden of Bellahead recently described him as probably the finest English guitar-picking musician of our era.
Yeah, he's going to be a real treat, I think.
He is, yes.
I think a lot of people are going to come away from that saying, wow, who was that?
Yeah.
I think he might be one of the stars of the weekend. I wouldn't be at all surprised. But you've got 3 stages, is that right?
Yes, there are 3. There's the sort of the larger stage, obviously to accommodate the larger acts.
Yep.
We've got the kind of club stage, which is called the Broad Roots Tent, which is a carry-on from a theme from a local folk artist, John Ward.
That's John Lynn Ward, isn't it?
That's it, yes. John Lynn Ward, and they also play with Mario Price.
Yes.
They're a very good violin player.
Yep.
And what they're doing is they're hosting more of a selection of the more local folk scene, and also the several folk clubs are running it for periods as well. I think the Milkmaids Folk Club.
That's right, and Hadley and
Norwich.
And Norwich, aren't they? Yes, they're doing a few hours each, aren't they?
That's right, yes, coming and just taking the venue over and bringing their regulars down with them.
That's an idea rather like Cambridge Folk Festival Club tent then, in
a
way.
I think it is. It's basically, I've known John for years, and he's always wanted to get something like this off the ground, and probably not felt, maybe did not really quite how to go about it. And we talked right at the beginning of this, and it made obvious sense that he kind of championed that side of it.
Right. I've been to Cambridge dozens of times, and the club tent is one of its little gems there, because you get things happening there that don't happen on bigger stages, and if something like that happens on the Broad Roots stage, that would be absolutely delightful.
It would. I mean, I've often thought this in when you put music events together. If you want to bring something to people's attention, the way to do it sometimes is to put on something that they will come and see, and then put on something that they've never heard of before,
yes,
and see how they react to it. And
yes.
I did that. I've ran an event up in North Suffolk called Gig in the Park for the last 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Up at Halesworth.
In Halesworth, and we've got the Dole Foundation on Saturday night here at Folk East this year, but I put them on a few years ago at Gig in the Park.
Right.
Now, nobody'd heard of them in Halesworth, and I stuck them on just before the headline act, which, if I remember rightly, was The Beat.
Yep.
And so I got a massive crowd of people, and I put this act on him, and they honestly, the reaction was astounding.
Was it really?
People were going, wow. But they'd never have gone to see them if they'd been advertised somewhere.
No, they'd never have turned out just for them.
And for me, that's the joy of doing this. You can get things in front of people they wouldn't normally think to see, and sometimes people are just so pleased they have come across these things. Absolutely,
that is one of the joys, and certainly, I mean, I know from my own experience with Cambridge, you might go thinking, I'm looking forward to seeing whether it was Christy Moore or whether it was Richard Thompson or whoever, but Monday morning it was always, and I mean absolutely always, somebody else who I was thinking, wow, that was fantastic. Absolutely. Someone I'd never heard of before. And then you go off, you research some more, you buy some music, and that person becomes more prominent. Yes, indeed, and you spread the word about them, and you get the enjoyment of all that. So it's a big undertaking, this, John. You've got workshops, there's a fringe to this festival. There's a fringe, which so far is mainly the Blackshaw Ship. Which is a lovely pub. Which is a pub that's got an unbroken history of folk Yes.
Song and dance. We found some archive footage shot by the BBC in 1955 in the Blacksall ship with the locals singing, and I'm not joking. You can go in there on a weekend night, and it hasn't changed.
Well, I was in there. It probably is a couple of years ago now. Thinking about it, the last time I was there. And I've never seen as many dulcimers in one place in my life. I think there was 10 guys playing dulcimers in there. I was absolutely astounded. I didn't know there was that many left in the county.
I completely agree. I just think it's amazing. And I always find you'll see these sort of chaps drinking at a bar in a village pub like this, and you assume... You just think, I wouldn't want to pick a fight with him. No. And then suddenly he'll wander over, he'll get called, wander over into the middle of the floor and stand there and sing a beautiful unaccompanied ballad that brings tears to the eyes, and you go, whoa.
Yes.
So it's, so the ship is the main, well, we've got several things happening. We're trying to encourage people who come and stay for the weekend to also get off the site for a while and explore the area a bit. So we've teamed up with Cycle Suffolk and the London Cycling Campaign, and we're going to have a lot of bikes on site available to borrow. We're also encouraging people to bring bikes, and so the fringe idea is we're going to do the London Cycling Campaign are developing some cycle routes for us, some small maps that we can give to people.
Right.
And one will be a pub route, a local pub route, which will include the ship, the Great Glenham Crown that's just reopened, the Sweffling White Horse, and a few others that we're trying to recruit at the moment. And they're all real ale pubs, which also goes along with the folk scene.
Good.
And so that would be one. We've got 3 or 4 of the churches banding together that are going to have art exhibitions on, and we're going to have a cycle route for those, but also the local vicar of St Andrew Little Glenham has got together with his parish and developed the footpath route. So again, people can walk off the site and go around several of these churches. So it's an early days of developing an idea. People come up for 3 or 4 days here, but also take some time out and explore the area.
That is a lovely, lovely idea.
Well, we think so, because it's a great area, and it always seems to me a shame that people travel to a different part of the country to do something like come to the festival, but then go away again, and they have no idea what else is out there.
No, it's just an A to B thing, and
so it's an active attempt to encourage people to come and explore this part of the world, really.
Well, that's lovely as well, and that must be the community presumably have met that with open arms, have they? And
the community at the moment around there seems to be really, really, positive and up for this. It's a family. It's like the atmosphere from the house and the staff at the hall. It seems to have spread around the community, and I don't know whether that's a relationship with the estate over the years, but it's just really...
It feels right.
It does feel very right, yes.
Well, I have to say, when I come up to the press launch, which is back in, was it April now?
I think it was now,
Yes. It did have... There was a feeling of something that was right about this. I mean, you go to some of these events and they're all very nice, but... and that one, I have to say, did feel as though there was something intangible there that you couldn't quite put your finger on. I thought, this feels very, very right, as though the approach is absolutely spot on here.
Well, we're trying to develop it so it's in conjunction with the community, so an awful lot of the areas on the site are being developed by other people, nothing to do with us. I mean, we've got lots of craft demonstrators and craft demonstrations. Sorry, but I'm trying to sort of pull on the local element of craft, creativity, the artists, what people do for a living, which never ceases to astound me in this part of the world. We've just taken on some archers. Now, when I say archers, it's not like reenactment or men in tights or anything. It's 2 guys, local guys, who are traditional longbow experts.
Oh, really?
But as a living, they work in the feature film industry. So at the moment, they're working on things like Game of Thrones. They're working on the new Hercules in Hungary. And what they do, they go out, they're consultants to get the historical accuracy, but they also train all the actors.
Right.
So I was talking to this chap the other day, Steve Ralphs, who was telling me how he was training Russell Crowe for Robin Hood, how to shoot the longbow.
Yeah.
they've got completely carried away. They're going to bring loads and loads of things with them. People are going to have an opportunity to learn to shoot the longbows. They're going to watch them being made.
Oh, fantastic!
In fact, at one point they said, right, we're going to set up a range down the old avenue of trees at the front of the hall, and they've now decided they're going to bring all the old banners from the Braveheart battle scene to dress it with, and
wow, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and it's just the enthusiasm, and that enthusiasm spreads, and the idea is, and they love talking about what they do. And I find the more of these people I meet who come and get involved in this, the more fascinated I am by their lives and what they do. And I just think if we can pass it on to the people at the festival, they go away sort of
buzzing about it. I would think that's quite likely. So if people are enthused or interested, where do they get information about the festival?
The website's the obvious first point of call, which is www.folkeast.co.uk.
Yep.
And on there's also the Twitter and the Facebook.
And those are both Folk East, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all Folk East, and everything's manned and active. So if you can have conversations on both Twitter and Facebook, but don't disappear and then come back 5 days later.
No.
So that is the best, the best way. Obviously, the kind of advertising and the radio is quite prevalent now.
Right, and ticket prices? What are people paying
ticket
for
prices,
a weekend?
the full adult weekend is 104, and that's for the the whole 3 days.
Okay, that's pretty reasonable.
I think compared to some of it's kind of in line, but a bit below the other major folk festivals. It's quite a lot cheaper than some of the bigger, what I call commercial music festivals.
It's a lot cheaper than a lot of them. You're paying upwards of £200 now for tickets.
Absolutely. And I think if you look at the lineup, if you look at what you'd pay to go and see any one of those acts at an event, at a gig, then I think it's quite good value for money.
Well, certainly. I mean, even recently, the Thetford Forest gigs, you're paying sort of £35-40 for a ticket.
That's it. And our day tickets are around the 35-40 as well. So you can come for a day and see quite a lineup, and have a fairly full-on day with other things around to go and do. As I said, there's lots of workshops to take part in. Johnny Cowsey from the Dole Foundation on the Sunday will be running Dole workshops.
Will it? And Dole is a drum, we should explain.
It's the drum, it's the Indian drum.
Yes.
Those who are slightly unaware
sticks? Is
of
that
ukulele might remember them from the Olympics closing ceremony. They were very big on that. But,
that was them?
That was them.
Right, okay.
Johnny, incidentally, is the person responsible for getting that drum on the national curriculum as an instrument to be taught in schools.
Is he?
A very active man.
Right.
And he will be running workshops on the Sunday.
Okay. There's camping, I presume?
Camping and showers.
Right, well, lovely.
On-site shop, all the stuff you'd expect.
Right.
Plus,
but don't always get, John. You might expect it, but you don't always get it. No.
Well, the whole object of this is that people go away with a smile on their face and think, I really enjoyed that, and
come back next year.
The value for money is important.
Yes.
The idea is that all the real ale, the bar, the stalls, nobody's ripping anybody off. The quality of the food is all good. It's, the bar, we've got, I think last count there was 60 real ales, and they're all Norfolk or Suffolk microbreweries.
Oh, fantastic!
There's nothing from further afield than that.
Right, and you have a special ale.
And well done, good reminder me.
Brewed for the festival.
We've brewed. We've got a local brewer, Bartram's Brewery from Rougham, has brewed
an award-winning brewery, I think, aren't they? Bartram's.
Award-winning. Oh yes, he has won several awards.
Yeah.
Mark Bartram. And it's the first beer that bears the Cobbold name since 1957. So it's
first
called
new
Cobbold
beer,
Folk East Festival Ale.
Right.
We launched it at the Blacksall Ship, funnily enough, about 2 weeks ago, which Philip Hope Cobbold was there, and so was Nigel Smith. From
Big Nige,
Yep.
He's been on this show a couple of times, as Nige.
Big selection of the locals who came in and played lots of music, and the barrel didn't last a day, so but it is now available in the ship, and I think they're just about to tap it in the Sweatling White Horse as well, so it's available in 2 of the local pubs, certainly on the lead up to the event.
Oh, okay.
And it's a good session beer. It's only a 3.8%.
Right. So you took next question out of my mouth, and
that's it. So
that's all right. Then it's not going to lay you flat in your back.
No,
not too early in the day, anyway.
It's something you can enjoy, hopefully, throughout the day.
That's always good. Particularly as I find as I get older, I increasingly need that.
Yes.
John, that's fantastic. I haven't even asked you about your involvement with the Albion Fayres. You were involved with Albion, were you?
Well, many years ago, yes. Yeah. That's probably what first gave me my kind of desire to produce events, really.
Right.
I discovered Barsham Fair literally by stumbling across it one day and going to it. And then the last couple of years of the Barsham Fair, I ran a kind of art-based stall there, just because it was nice to be involved in the site and live on the site.
Yeah.
And then when it all disbanded, the Albion thing started to rise out of it, and I got interested, and I went and started going to meetings and getting involved, and I ended up running 3 of the Albion fairs under the East Anglian Arts Trust Green Fair banner.
Right.
Because the thing with the Albion, they were all run by different groups under the flag of Albion. So we ran 3 over a 3-year period, which I kind of managed.
Okay.
And it's kind of that creativity from that period has never really left this area. I think most events since then in Suffolk have always used a mix of spoken word and theatre and music and sculpture and art and interesting food and real beer. And it's a format that certainly has been going in this part of the world since I was in my late teens.
That's true.
It's something I continue to pull on as inspiration, really, as a model for making something a full-rounded experience.
Yeah. Well, I remember the Albion Fairs with a great deal of affection as a 16-year-old riding my moped to the Moon Fair at Burgolt.
Yes.
And my first experience there of sort of barefooted hippie women with their faces painted, and I thought, I like this.
I think that's the first time I saw Lowell Coxall.
Right.
Was at that fair. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
See, my memories are vague.
And Bob Kerr and his Whoopee Band, who Bob Kerr obviously used to be part of Bonzo Dog.
Oh, right, okay. I remember Poison Girls and a band who, I don't think it was that year, it might have been the next year, who called the Arizona Smoke Review.
Oh, Arizona Smoke Review, yeah.
Who were fantastic.
They were. We actually ended up putting them on several other occasions.
Yes,
actually.
I saw them more than once.
King's Head in Bungay once.
Really? Because I remember turning up.
I've still got a couple of albums of theirs kicking about.
Have you really?
Finals, yeah.
I remember turning up at another fair, and one of my faceless friends come running back saying, "The Arizona Smoke Review are on," and we were delighted by that. Yeah.
Oh, they were fantastic.
John, I could talk to you for ages about Albion, and in fact, I should perhaps have you back on the show some stage, and as a bit of a social historical spot, because it is something that not a lot. Well, those who were there, I think, have a lot of fond memories, but not everybody knows about it.
No, they don't. If it quickly occurred to me, one other person we just signed up for this is Charlie Haylock.
Oh, right, the Suffolk wordsmith.
Yes, he's now going to be there Saturday and Sunday, and he's going to give a talk on how the Suffolk dialect is responsible for spreading the English language around the globe.
Excellent.
And he's fascinating to talk to as well.
I'll come along and listen to that, I think.
Yeah.
So, John, folkeast.co.uk is where people need to go for more information. Yep. And it's the August Bank Holiday weekend, 23rd, 24th, 25th of August. It is. Just £104 is going to get your weekend ticket there, folks, or 35 or 40 quid.
If you want to dip in for a day, then come for a day.
You can do that quite well, and you'll be made very, very welcome indeed, I've no doubt.
Certainly will.
John, thank you very much for your time this morning. We do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the August Bank Holiday.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers now.
All right.